All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is April 25th, 2024. This is the BYOB Market Wrap Up with me, John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. All right, let's take a look at some charts. Here's here's SPY. All right, I'm going to flip out to another one, and let's go to a different account. All right, so here we are with SPY on the daily chart. Wait, let's just go ahead and do the pivot right now. All right, so 10-minute pivot. Where did price action seem to find some confluence or some common ground? I'm going to say right here, okay, 501.62, right about there, 501.65. That's going to be our pivot. So I'll put that right there, 501.65. That's for tomorrow morning. All right. So here we go. Whole price is ripping right now. Nice. All right, so that's SPY. On the 2-hour chart, let's look at the 2-hour chart. All right, on the 2-hour chart, let me crank up the 3 period so you can see it. All right. Okay, so here's the 3, that yellow line. And you can see we're getting a bullish cross right through here on the 2-hour. So let's see if we can get a couple candles in there and create that 2-hour stack. We had a 2-hour uptrend. We fell out of bed this morning. And we had a 2-hour bearish cross. Now at the end of the day, we're getting that 2-hour bullish cross. Okay, on the daily chart. All right, on the daily chart, we are still in a downtrend. All right. Still in a downtrend. Today's price action today, lower high, lower low, all right, created a higher low. So I'm pinning these two spots together, okay. See the price action there, see if it's going to break this line. All right, so lower high, lower low, closing below on the daily chart, closing over the bullish cross, all right, but underneath the 17 EMA on SPY. All right, so there's the daily chart. Lower high, lower low, lower high, closing over the bullish cross and under the 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend. Let's go to SP. Let's go to QQQ. All right, so here's QQQ. All right, QQQ got lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish cross under the 17 EMA. There's QQQ. All right, trying to fight off the downtrend, putting in that higher low. SPY did the same thing. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM. Lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish cross, underneath the falling 17 EMA. All of the Fab 5 still in downtrends. Diamond Dow. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish cross, under the falling 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend. Possible higher low right here. Possible. We'll see what happens. FNGU. FNGU, wow, what a day for that. So what do we got here? Do we have, yeah, we got a outside day. Outside day for FNGU, okay. Lower low, higher high, closing over the bullish cross under the 17 EMA. There's FNGU. Looks like it's going to pop over there. All right, so there's FNGU. Let's take a look at, what do we want next? Let's take a look at our technicals. All right, so here's our technicals. First one, we came out this morning, fell out of bed, right into the sell zone. All right, and the bears threw us out. Okay, the bears threw the bulls threw the bears out of the sell zone. All right, so made a higher low, followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a higher high, and we wound up getting tossed out of the sell zone, all right, by the bulls, all right, into the seller's chop zone. All right, so here we are trying to make our way back to the midpoint. Okay, hopefully we don't have a trend line going here and we wound up going back to the oversold zone. Got to break this trend line right here. Okay, so there's T21.22, T21.23. Okay, moved up for most of the day. Fell out of bed, but then we moved up. Okay, we're red, right? Cursor's moving, is moving, but not the chart you're describing. What do you got? Do you got T21.23? You got SPY? Can you try refreshing? Yeah, big tech. Yeah, FNGU pushing it up. All right, has anybody else got SPY, or am I the only one? All right, Ram's got the right one. All right, try refreshing. Okay, so we fell out of bed and we moved up all day long. All right, even though we got some red dots there. Had we started down here, it would have been all green. Okay, except for the first two. So there's T21.23. It's going to be recorded anyways, Robert. Okay, so you can watch the recording just on my YouTube. All right, and I'll post it in here. T21.23 3 bar. All right, still in hockey stick status. All right, move down and consolidate over to the right. Still hockey stick status. Bear flag right there. We kind of meandered or melted through the rising 200. I want to see us recover that and start moving up. Really look forward to a V bottom. Didn't get it. Possible another move down to this area right here, which is support. All right. So here was the prior all-time highs. And then we made brand new all-time highs up here. And then we consolidated on top of them, which is exactly what I wanted. But then we fell out of bed and wound up right on the rising 200 to catch us right here. So I'd like to see us consolidate and find our way back up. Really preferred the V bottom. We didn't get it. We'll have to look forward to the future to see what happens. Ooh, look at that candle. That's a winner. All right, so what do we got here on FNGU? All right. Again, fell out of bed and just wound up grinding up all day. Look at this rocket ship. Bulls want in on the next high. Look at this. This is ripping. So there's FNGU. I got to say, it's on its way back to minor resistance right here. Where's minor resistance for FNGU? 318.63. Major resistance, 345.89. Maybe a little lower, 342.48 right there. Okay? So at the bottom of these valleys, that's the minor resistance. At the top of these hills made by the price action, that's the major resistance. Okay? Like to see us break through minor resistance right there. Okay? Want to break through that. And they are close right now. They are really close. They're jumping all over it. Okay, so there's FNGU, 15-minute. All right, so now let's go back to our charts. Here's our FNGU chart. Look at that. Wow, that's a pretty green candle if you ask me. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that a pretty green candle? Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Feels like Christmas. All right, so let's get back to SMH. All right, SMH today for today's candle. What do we got? Lower low, and the high was yesterday 213.14. High today 213.69. Outside day. Okay, higher high, lower low. Closing at the end of the day, near the high of the day. Really a good sign. All right. So closing underneath the falling 17, but above the bullish cross on the SMH. SMH still in a downtrend. All right. XLK Technology still in a downtrend. Okay. But outside day, higher high, lower low, closing over the bullish cross. That would be the 3 crossing over the 8 EMA, but under the falling 17 EMA, still in a downtrend. All right, but fighting it off, giving it the good fight. All right, let's take a look at IYT. That's our transports. Lower high, higher low, inside day. All right, closing under the bearish trap, under the falling 17. Here's a low, made a lower low. We in a downtrend still, okay, on the transports. All right, closing below the falling 17. Transport still in a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at XLF. XLF, what did they do today? Okay, we got a lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish, inside the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. XLF trying to recover this fallout right here. All right, coming back up. All right, so there's XLFs still in a downtrend. All right, till they take out this high up here, or they come back and make another higher low and then take out the next high, then they'll be in an uptrend. All right, XLF still in a daily downtrend. All right, but fighting it off. All right, so there we go there. All right, let's take a look at what do we want next. How about some precious metals? Start off with silver. All right, so silver, let's get this out of the way. Just to take a look. Silver up over the midpoint before I erase it. See that? Over the midpoint. Okay, silver for today's price action. We got a higher low and a higher high closing inside the bearish trap right on top of the 17 EMA. There's silver. Gold's probably going to look the same. Gold got a lower low. Let's see what the low here. 214.36, 214.34. Lower low, higher high. Outside day. Closing inside the bearish trap right on top of the 17 EMA, GLD. All right, let's take a look at energy, USO, is crude oil petroleum. Outside day again, higher high, lower low, closing over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Here's that trend line I'm talking about. Look at that trend line holding right there, okay? Trend lines like, I call them diagonal support. Because that's what they act like. Price comes into it and we bounce off of it. Price comes into it and we bounce off of it. And price comes into it and we're trying to bounce. All right. Got a little bit deep on this one, but trying to bounce back up over the resistance here. Okay, so there's USO. Still in an uptrend. USO is still in an uptrend. Silver still in an uptrend. Gold still in an uptrend. Okay. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG still in a downtrend. All right. So UNG, lower high, lower low. Closing below the bearish trap, below the falling 17 EMA. Will UNG ever find the floor? All right. It's just free floating like a drone that ran out of energy, ran out of fuel. So here's UNG, still in a downtrend, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. All right, that's it, traders. I want to thank everybody out there in video land and social media land. Thank you. Appreciate you subscribing. Please tell your friends. Thank you for the kind comments. Appreciate the thumbs up. Everything, literally love it. Everybody in the room, thank you for being here today. All right, it's a tough day. What did we have today? We had a 10-minute uptrend in the 2-hour downtrend. Now, on days like that, okay, I like to play spreads. Why? Because I feel more security with spreads than I would if I played a directional that's going to fail into that 2-hour downtrend. Okay, but let me just say, it didn't fail today. It ripped right through. All right, so there's UNG. That's the markets for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Options expiration Friday tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here.